Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Singers, Nerds, and Homies. Today, we have a very special guest, a peer of mine, Ian Mendoza. Whee! Insert music. Hello, Ian. How are you today?
I'm good, Justina. Thank you. How are you?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So, since you're on the Singer, Nerds, and Homies podcast, we ask everybody this. What does it mean to be a singer, a nerd, and a homie? And, I mean, those have like a broad spectrum to them. So whatever resonates the most, maybe.
Whatever resonates. Yeah. I've given thought to that for being all three of those. Is it okay if I break down my answer?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So, singer, I mean, I've been singing for a long time. I've been singing ever since I've been in elementary school, and I've taken a particular path to be at where I am now. And everyone walks a very different path in just singing. But I feel that at least to sing is to express yourself. Everyone chooses a different way to express themselves, and I believe for singing, if that is the medium that you choose, then to sing is to join in this amazing history-long tradition of human beings just telling stories, telling the stories that we want to. So, yeah, I believe that is the path that I've ultimately been set on with my own music, with the stuff that I'm doing now, that I hope to do in the future. So, yeah. And then a nerd. I know a thing or two about being a nerd. I was a crazy Doctor Who nerd growing up.
Oh my! I never got into it.
No. Oh, I loved it.
I grew up religious, so a lot of things were censored for me.
A lot of things were taboo.
Yeah.
A lot of things were too scandalous and sacrilegious.
Exactly.
An alien flying around in a police box that can travel anywhere in time and space. That's got to go against scripture somewhere.
Well, I left the church, so.
Hey, liberation. All right. Okay, but yeah, I loved Matt Smith was my doctor growing up. It's interesting. What I was really into is the classic stuff, like the classic era. And the thing is, you look back at that stuff, and it's like we're talking a 70s TV production budget, trying to do science fiction, trying to do this guy traveling around to wherever.
Yeah.
Some of it has not aged very well, to put it nicely.
Makes sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense, absolutely. But I think there's a charm to going back and seeing what people were working with and still seeing, the passion, the effort that they brought to the table to bring this crazy idea to life. Yeah, this idea that was inspiring whole generations of kids. The fact that you had talented writers and actors, set designers, directors, all these people involved. When you look at it from that angle, there's a lot to appreciate. So being a nerd, I think, is just having a great appreciation for the lengths that people are willing to go to tell the stories that they want to. Because you look at that and you admire that people were willing to take the time out of their lives to tell this kind of story and to put heart into it. Because maybe the budget wasn't there for it, but the thing is, when people don't put in the effort, when people don't try, it shows. There's no hiding that. There's no masking that. But if people are working on a shoestring budget, but they're putting heart and soul into that, there is an infectious charm that just resonates. So
wow, that's really prolific.
Yeah. And being a homie is just I was raised on the golden rule of treating others the way you want to be treated. And I think if there's any homie code, then that's it right there. Being a homie is standing up for the homies, being there for the homies. I know. I mean, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. I mean, you can't call yourself a homie if you're not there for the homies. I don't think so, at least. what kind of homie isn't there for the homies?
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being a homie is just being a good person, taking care of your own, watching out for your own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, just being a good person.
It's just simple, and I think some people kind of complicate it sometimes, you know.
I know, yeah. Like, it can be so overly complicated, but you boil it down to something as simple as that, and it's like, I think that's something that's easy for anyone to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen my lovely little guitar off to the side.
Yeah.
I've made my own little custom design on there, my own handwriting. I took a quote from one of my favorite philosophers, Bertrand Russell. He once said, "Love is wise, hatred is foolish." And being a homie is all about spreading love. It's all about giving love without even asking for love in return. And I mean, I was thinking about saying, if you're going to hate at all, save it for the haters. But then again, you could also show love to those people.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones being foolish.
Yeah.
And they can see when you show love, when you show compassion and empathy, that perhaps that'll cause them to reconsider exactly what they're doing, their mindset. Because when you love, when you're kind, when you're considerate, I mean, you bring something into this world that makes it a better, easier, happier place to live in. Yeah. So I don't know where I'm going with this deal, but that's about roughly
okay.
Singer Nerds and Homies. That's about what it boils down to for me.
I mean, hey, those are your perspectives. I love them. I totally agree, especially with the homie thing. Hatred is foolish. I really do highly agree with that.
Indeed. Imagine wasting your energy being a hater in this life.
Oh, well, there's a lot of people, so.
Yikes.
Anyway, so we brought you here today because you have some new music coming out. But before we get into that, what got you into like music and like singing and songwriting?
Well, music has been a part of my life from a very, very early age. I don't even remember this, but my parents raised me on like Baby Einstein CDs. Or I'm not sure if that's the right terminology. I could be messing it up. But whatever. I was raised on a lot of music, not just the classical stuff. My parents are also big fans of like U2, The Smiths, Sade, Bob Marley. So I had a pretty diverse palette set out for me growing up. And it wasn't long before I started singing and humming along to songs. Apparently at a very, very early age. My dad loves to tell me this story of we're at Disneyland. I'm about 4 years old. And we're in the restroom for just a quick little potty break. And they have Bach playing over the loudspeakers, just some background music. And I'm humming away. And apparently I get the attention of this older Asian gentleman who's a music professor. And he stops, he listens, and he goes ahead and says to my dad with a totally like shocked, astonished expression on his face, "Your kid is like singing Bach, like accurately, like note for note."
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Like actually. Oh my God.
Like that was a crazy thing to catch.
Yeah.
And he pretty much left suggesting to my dad, you should put him in a music school. You should definitely get him some lessons because that is an innate talent that he's showing. And I never quite got into music school like that early on. I kind of had to sign myself up for talent shows in elementary school, singing songs, and I got the attention of a private instructor, so I practiced singing under her instruction, and then I joined choirs in middle school and continued that up into high school, up into college, up to today. So, I mean, my parents tried to get me in on like sports, like AYSO and Little League,
Feel that. didn't like it.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. I tried it. It wasn't for me, but I don't fault them for that. You know,
It's like the normal parent thing to do, I think. Put your kid in a sport, see what happens. Either that or like, it's like either hip hop or ballet, and then it's like, then there's music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my parents did a really, really good job raising me, providing for me, trying to like help me like find a passion, put myself out there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they're both immigrants. Their families brought them to America at both very young ages, my mom and my dad.
Oh, wow.
I was the first in my family to be born here in America, born literally here in Los Angeles.
Oh.
And yeah, born and raised here. And they've always been very, very supportive. So when it turned out I wasn't going to be great at baseball and at soccer, but
Yeah.
I have a thing for singing, for getting up on stage and singing in front of people, which was a very, very scary thing for a 10-year-old me to do.
Oh, yeah.
They were more than supportive. And, you know, a lot of kids go into the arts and their parents aren't exactly supportive.
Yeah.
Because I think mostly it comes from an innate fear of like, how are you going to support yourself as an artist? It's not the most financially feasible position to take.
Yeah.
But my parents have always been providing for me. They've always been supporting me. Here I am, 24 years old, and they let me live under their roof still. Like, God bless them for that.
It's hard out there, though.
It is hard out there.
Look at our economy.
So hard. I really don't know. I can't see myself like holding my own without them and their support currently, because I'm still going to school. I've just transferred to Cal State LA, which is where I met you. So shout out Cal State LA. But yeah, their support has been the world to me. Their support has allowed me to get as far as I've managed to. And those influences I spoke of, both classical and rock, have very much gone a long way in influencing what I do, especially going into high school. My uncles got me into record collecting, which I've been doing over the years. And it's like every record that I pick up, I've had, just like being a nerd, I've been a total nerd for the records I pick up. Like, I have this innate desire to really, really break down and understand what it is that makes all these great musicians do what they do, or what it was that made them do what they did. And there's just so much that I find to be appreciated out of every single genre, every single style. Like, it's all become like one big melting pot of influence for me. And I've built up a pretty healthy record collection. I recently surpassed 700 or so records.
Oh my God. That's like a dream. I wish.
Yeah, I wish.
You have.
I know, but like then I hear about people that can actually afford this hobby and they have collections up in the thousands, up in 10,000s. They have like whole rooms of their houses just dedicated to just shelving everything that they have.
But it's also the rich that just take.
Exactly. And it wasn't always that way. Records were so cheap in the past.
They were.
Records were like the golden physical format. And today they're treated like a luxury.
They really are.
Like the price difference between cassettes and CDs and records for the exact same music is insane. It's insane.
I think a cassette that I've seen lately, I don't know if this is like true, is like $10 or $15, but I don't know if that's because those are like the newer things, like how Olivia Rodrigo had her kind of cassette thing, which is it's probably more than that.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on like the name of the artist and the brand, and like multiple special edition, deluxe editions coming out left, right, and center. I mean, personally, like, I just adore physical media because there's just something about owning a piece of music. Like, this is yours to keep.
Yeah.
Like, this is yours to have, especially when it comes to record collecting, like, older records, because it's like a piece of history that you get to hold on to. Like, someone else once owned this, and someone might have left, like, their name or something or a date on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like now you get to hold on to that and preserve that, and maybe you write your own name on something and then you pass it on. And it's like it's really, really cool, this idea of sharing across generations, like this music that we adore, that we hold up to like a standard, like this is what pop culture is built on, this is what influences us. I love that. I love that and I adore it. And it's also, the more CDs I have to listen to in my car, the less I have to rely on streaming services.
Yeah.
Because that's always, I don't know. I've recently gotten less and less interested in streaming because I like the album.
Altogether?
Yeah. I mean, it's beneficial in some ways. I mean, it's certainly the predominant way of sharing and distributing music now, which for me as an upcoming burgeoning artist, I can't ignore that. But I just like the idea of, I just like the album format. I just really, really appreciate the idea of the album, of a whole work that someone has put together for you to enjoy. Yeah, a lot of my favorite albums are just like front to back complete listens, you know? So while what I have here is just a single, it's ultimately going to hopefully be part of a larger LP release.
Exciting.
Yes, and when that comes out, I hope that what I'm able to create and sculpt with my team is something that will be very, very complete and satisfying to listen to. It'll be something that listeners will be able to like appreciate, enjoy in the kind of same depth that I'm able to appreciate and enjoy things. I hope that that passion like rubs off and shows itself. Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, it is kind of hard to stream away from streaming, but I love that you are trying to incorporate things that is kind of a lost touch, you know? Yeah. I personally, like, I only have CDs. I don't have records. I've never gotten a chance to get into that, but, I mean, I even hold my CDs, like, near and dear to my heart, so hopefully when you get CDs, I'm going to go be the first one, be like, give me one, add it to my collection.
Yes. Yeah. That's another thing, because I really do want to see my music in the physical format as well. Yeah. Like, this single that I'm releasing, it's not just a standard one single song. It's following in the tradition of the olden days when you had the vinyl singles, the 7-inch 45 RPMs. You would drop the needle on side A, there's the lead single, but the artists are kind enough to provide you a bonus little song on the other side, the B-side, for going out and buying the song. So it's like on one side, ooh, Penny Lane. On the other side, whoa, Strawberry Fields Forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the same way that I want to treat this release. The A-side, Icarus at the Bottom of the Sea, is a more psychedelic indie type of song with a larger band attached to it. There's me on lead vocals and guitars. There's multiple guitars. There's acoustic guitar, there's clean electric, and then there's one splashed with effects, reverb, and wah-wah. And there's also a bass player in the mix. I have drums. I have harmonies generously provided by my girlfriend.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my God.
So it is a full band effort. Yeah. And then on the flip side is an instrumental called When Orpheus Met Eurydice. And that is a completely instrumental solo acoustic guitar piece.
Wow.
And it plays in multiple different stages. There's one phase, then it switches into another. It really is like a story without words that I've constructed. And I just like that there's a contrast between this really, really spacey, psychedelic, full production effort, and then you have this really quiet, gentle, reserved acoustic number on the back. I feel like that's a good way to demonstrate I guess, like, the contrast that I'm capable of in the music that I'm creating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you said you were, like, are inspired by Melting Pot, so I'm sure that's, like, bleeding into your own music, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But what, like, inspired these songs that you're gonna debut?
Well, I feel that the inspiration in general, all the inspiration is very much linked to myself and my emotions and my personal experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very, very emotional person. I mean, Cancer, Sun, and Moon we're speaking about here.
I just know I'm a Taurus, and that's it.
All right,
Yeah.
that's cool. But yeah, just knowing that it's apparently I'm a very, very, like, I'm very deeply connected to my emotions. I feel things very deeply, very intensely. And that has been true for so much of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of experiences have been very, very big and profound for me. Like,
Yeah.
the happiest moments have been the most ecstatic, beautiful, life-affirming things to have ever happened. And the saddest moments have been, like, the absolute most difficult lows to just get through somehow. And those great emotions have greatly, deeply influenced just how I approach the music that I play, just how I approach my guitar playing. I feel that when I play guitar, that's my way of kind of conjuring the feelings that I feel and expressing that through music.
Yeah.
Much the same way with when I write my lyrics, which I treat like poetry. When I first wrote this song, Icarus at the Bottom of the Sea, I conjured it by attempting stream of consciousness after reading the lyrics of Bob Dylan in a book of his called Tarantula, which is total stream of consciousness. So I just took a repeating series of chords, very, very simple, and I turned on my voice memo. I had myself recording, and I didn't rehearse the words. I didn't have any idea what the words were. My only intention was to just sing without even thinking about, without even processing the words that came out. I just wanted to capture very, very raw, naked, unprocessed thoughts without having them be thought about twice.
Yeah.
Because I feel that's a thing with writers, that, like, you write something, but you always revise, you always edit, because you always feel that there's a way that you can shape your thoughts and words to sound better or express themselves better or rhyme better. But I really wanted to let the words and the thoughts speak for themselves, almost without my own influence, without my own second guessing. So I sang away, and I sang the words as they came. Moonbeams float, they echo with the crystals by the shore, and demons by the foursquare call on, they whisper and beckon by your name. And I am left down here, a little foxhound by the seabed, awaiting a spell to set me awake and trembling. The sand down here is green with envy, for example. Those are the first couple of words. And I mean, it was my first attempt. I didn't think I was going to do anything great. I didn't think I was going to do anything on Bob Dylan's level.
I mean, you guys don't know this, but we heard a little snippet of his song live for, like, our crew, and Icarus is amazing. Especially that beginning with, because you do have your little crystal here. You also want to explain that. Yeah.
So when I was first getting into guitar at high school, I was taught by someone that I met, and I was very, very much, when I started, like, I had no feeling, I had no strong, like, talent I felt for guitar playing. I thought I was no good at it. I thought, like, I was going to struggle to just do anything, to, like, play even, like, decent covers. But the thing was that I was always incredibly curious about just tinkering with instruments to create interesting sounds. I mean, naturally with the guitar, it's like you have the strings, you have the frets, you can just play notes, you can play chords, you can play power chords, you can do crazy solos. But what I was interested in is just seeing like what kind of sounds I could just create. Like if I really, really experimented and went beyond like what the base purpose of the instrument was, the base way of playing it, what could I possibly come up with? And I knew that there was a technique that people were using for the longest time called slide guitar. They basically, the oldest tradition of it was they would literally take like a small little bottle or a little beer bottle, empty bottle, and they would press the fret. Maybe can I hold the guitar to like demonstrate?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So they would take.
I mean, I know what you're talking about, but
yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who are not music majors.
Or not familiar with the instrument or the technique. They take a bottle on their finger and they just go up and down with it, and it makes this really cool slide effect. And you get different timbres of sound depending on the substance you're using, like glass or copper. And so I figured if I have here a glass diamond, I could probably produce the same effect of some sort. But being that it's not specifically shaped to be used on a guitar, maybe the sound will be a bit different. Maybe it also won't be easier to control because of the angle of the diamond from where I choose to use it. But I went ahead and messed with it away on the acoustic guitar, and I got these really wonderful, strange alien sounds.
It's very like dissonant, which I personally enjoy.
Yeah, I love that. I would show my friends, my guitar playing friends this, and it would freak them out.
Really?
Yeah. Like these were guys that were able to play crazy heavy metal solos. And I was over here barely able to play my basic chords, but I bring out the glass diamond and just start going up and down, doing all this, and their jaws would drop.
Yeah.
So I knew from that moment that like I had something interesting.
Yeah.
Something that I would perhaps want to use in the future. And it ended up manifesting itself as the opening of Icarus. When you hear it on the track, it's actually multiple electric guitars that have been layered over each other. And I'm going over all these guitars with this diamond. So I'm making this melting guitar sound. The best way I could describe it is it just sounds like an electric guitar that's just like melting, or some kind of alien instrument sending transmissions from space.
And you played all of them?
Yes, all the guitars.
That's impressive.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, many years later, I've definitely worked on my guitar playing. I'm definitely way more confident, way more expressive, way more like, just like, I mean, I became the guitar player that version of me dreamed of becoming, but was afraid that I would never be. And here I am after putting in all that work and taking that emotional journey as well, and I'm able to create something like this. And back to the inspiration coming from an emotional place, I always thought after I had that session where I came up with the words for Icarus that, I mean, I didn't really think about what it meant for a long time. I just thought, this sounds pretty. This sounds like it conjures like very strong mental images for those with a creative imagination. So like I was happy with the words that I came up with the imagery that I presented. And it wasn't until much later that I reflected on that. And again, I didn't give any thought. It was just words coming out. That was the whole point, just total stream of consciousness, just naked thoughts pouring out. And on reflection, my interpretation of it many years later was, my God, I was singing about myself. I was singing about this young, shy, antisocial, scared child who wanted to express himself, who had this gift and didn't quite know what to do with it, didn't quite have the confidence in himself to really bring it out. And here I was kind of nurturing myself, presenting myself as the image of that old Greek legend of Icarus flying too close to the sun, but he's already under the water and he's already just trapped beneath the waves. And I'm speaking from this point of view of just like being lost and trapped underneath this whole ocean of myself. And it really touched me to realize then that I'd created something very, very powerful without even deliberately constructing it like that. That was just very, very innately the story that I wanted to tell, the story of myself that just came out so naturally and instinctively.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. It is something I'm very, very proud of, that I was able to take something so deep and personal and to create that and to have it develop, because I made that voice memo all the way back in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's taken a couple years.
It has. This song has been under wraps for a very long time. Back then, I didn't even have a feasible way to record myself beyond just making a demo on my phone.
Yeah.
And many years later, you know, I grew and the song grew with me, as well as with my own experience playing guitar more, singing more, discovering more artists whose influence and sound inevitably changed the way Icarus sounded, the way I wanted it to sound. And then a doorway opened up when an alum of El Camino, the school that I was going to before I transferred.
In Ventura?
In Ventura?
Or is it?
I think it's in
here?
Torrance.
Oh, Torrance? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a school called El Camino in Ventura County, and that's why.
No, I'm afraid not that one. I'm afraid we're talking more in the South Bay area in Torrance. There's El Camino Community College.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's where I was going. And an alum dropped by our choir class one day, an alum of our choir director, and he was basically there to self-promote his small independent recording studio that he just set up down the street, that he was willing to give discounts to students. And so here I was with this song that I've been just sitting there.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, this might be the opportunity to do something big.
Yeah.
And I talked to him, I spoke to him, and it took a long time before I was actually even able to work up the courage to step in a studio, because it was a totally new environment for me. Like, getting the confidence to perform live in one setting is one thing, but then when you take a song like that into a studio and all of a sudden you have to like deconstruct and approach it in such a different way, like it does a lot of like mind games to someone who is not familiar with that. For me personally, it almost felt like a bit of an attack on my ego.
Really?
Because here was a song that I had been playing for so long. For the longest time, it was just me solo with my voice, with the diamond, and an electric guitar with effects. And that's how I would bring it to life. And now I was like, okay, now we're going to make a recording that will be like the definitive thing that people are going to hear once it gets put out into the world. And it's like approaching that, creating that was a lot more challenging personally and intuitively and artistically than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of moments where I got scared and I questioned if I would be able to pull it off, if I was even good enough. But those were things that I was able to get through, thankfully, because the producer that I was working with, that alum, was super, super supportive, super kind. Like, he's been a joy to work with, and super patient too, because I had been working on this song, recording it, trying to record it since January. So it's taken all year. And I managed to like talk to many other people to get them on board, such as the bassist and the drummer. They were also students and alums of El Camino.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then my relationship with my girlfriend was blossoming at the time.
Oh.
We had both met in the choir. I sing tenor, she sings soprano.
I knew you were.
Yeah, isn't that a given?
I just have the ear for it, sorry.
But yeah, our love blossomed, our relationship was developing, and I'd actually worked with her on multiple different arrangements and performances because I liked the sound of our voices harmonizing. Yeah. She has a really, really beautiful, wonderful voice. And she's very much the shy type too. Maybe in a social setting, she's way more extroverted than me. But if you put her on the spotlight, she definitely all of a sudden loses that confidence. So after a while, I grew interested in the idea of adding harmonies that I'd never heard before with her voice and mine, because I thought there would be something very beautiful to hear together.
Yeah.
And another thing, further down the song, there is a verse that goes, "Someday my water love will set me free. Please, while I'm waiting, won't you hold true to your words that the waves will be kept calm?" I mean, I guess that came from some quiet desire to be in a happy relationship at that point, because I was very, very lonely in more ways than one. And I'd not been in the best relationships before her. So that's another thing that added to those intense emotional experiences that I've been through. So it's like, I'm desolate, I'm lost. I literally say in the song, I am a lost soul. And man, it always comes down to love will set me free. I just know love will set me free. I'm just waiting for the one. And again, I didn't even think of the words. I said water love. And again, if you dig astrology, then you know that Scorpio is a water sign, and she's a Scorpio.
Oh, there you go.
So I guess I called it. I guess
you manifested
I manifested
you really
it. Yeah,
did.
that's the word I was looking for. I totally manifested it.
You did.
So it's like, how perfect would it be to include her now, to make her a part of this story that has been living inside of me so long, waiting to come out. It's just there's just some beautiful poetic way about just bringing it full circle, about bringing it to a happy conclusion. And so, yeah, I have her voice on the track now, and her voice sounds so lovely. She sounds amazing. I can't wait to hear it. Yeah. I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of everyone. I'm really happy with it. I couldn't have done it without everyone involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. The studio, the producer, if I may say so, the name of the studio.
Go ahead, it's up to you.
Yeah, I want to give it a shout out. I know that he would appreciate it. It's the Sound Vibe Music Studio in Lawndale. It's a really, really great place. It's really small, it's private, but it's a really great place. And John is the name of the producer. He's really wonderful to work with. He's great. He knows what he's doing. And he's just really, really passionate about the music that he makes. He really, really cares. It's not just a guy who's doing a job for you that you're paying. He's someone that gets involved, that gets invested, that wants to help you as the artist achieve what it is that you want to make. So,
which you really don't get nowadays, I think. There's a lot of pumped out things, producer-wise, songwriter-wise, and then you just have, the artist. So it's nice to hear, people are involved in putting, their heart and soul into something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm very relieved for that, because this music business has really turned into exactly that, a business, an industry. And the thing is, for me, is that music is art. And I'm an artist. We're artists. We're creatives. We weren't put on this planet with this innate desire to create art just for it to be confined into this business structure just for it to be this thing that's monetized and made in quantity just to sell and make big numbers. I mean, I really want to be able to create the stuff that I want to create because it just feels true.
Yeah.
It feels like a true expression of myself that I have to give. And I am just so lucky that I met someone that is more than happy, more than willing, more than eager to see me meet that same vision instead of just trying to like commercialize it or water it down for a more general audience. Because you can imagine that melting guitar sound. Some people may hear that and they may be like way too freaked out to continue listening. Like, what is this? Like, people might drop it before the guitar even kicks in, before that first chord. And I'm not tripping over that. I'll admit that maybe the stuff that I make isn't going to compromise with listeners and meet them halfway. Maybe they'll have to open their minds up, open their ideas of like what it is that I have to offer to like really, really understand it. Maybe I'm not being so easy to meet or accessible, but I'm also being myself, and I want to be myself.
Yeah.
If there's anything I want my music to be, it's honest, and at the very least, I want people to perceive that maybe it's out there, maybe it's unorthodox, maybe it's interesting, but it's honest. Again, when people put in that passion, that effort, like you feel it, you know it. And for me, myself, like I've encountered music that like maybe I'm not crazy about, that I don't like in particular, but I always respect the effort when I hear it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this really, really speaks to someone. Maybe it doesn't speak to me, but it definitely speaks to whoever created it. And more power to them for putting that out into the world.
Yeah. I know we talked about Icarus, but do you want to talk about your other single and like the inspo and all that? When
Orpheus Met Eurydice. So I started writing this one about 2 years ago. It's not as far back as Icarus. So the deal with this one was it first started as another song with lyrics. There was a part that I made. It was originally going to be called Love and Harmony, and it was a much more of a sad downer song because this was before I met my girlfriend. This was when I found myself in a very interesting and emotionally turbulent, confusing situationship. It lasted less than a month, but again, like I experienced things very, very intensely. And when I'm interacting with another person, like I really, really want to be able to like, I don't know how to describe this, but just be able to like emotionally like
connect,
understand and read people, because I'm a very empathetic person. Like if someone is feeling a certain kind of way, I will like really, really empathize with that.
Yeah.
If someone is down, I will feel that, and I will really, really like want to be there for them. You know? So I really, really do depend on emotional connections with the people I know, especially in a romantic setting nonetheless.
Oh yeah.
And this connection, it just kind of just started out of nowhere. Like
that's the best ones, honestly.
Yeah.
When it starts from nowhere.
That's what I would like to believe, that it felt like it was going to be that way. But it was like a candle that just burned so brightly immediately, and then it just fizzled out. And then all of a sudden there was just coldness and distance. And that really dug a dagger deep into my heart, because it was like, man, I felt some way. Like I really got invested very, very fast because the intensity seemed to be there. And all of a sudden it was gone. It was just like the rug was pulled under from me. So like, yeah, then wrestle with myself and all of the feelings and emotions that came out of that. And it takes a long time for me to get over stuff like that. It takes a long time for me to get over, like, I had friendships disintegrate over the time that we were in quarantine that really, really deeply impacted me, that really deeply influenced Icarus, no doubt, as well, that loneliness. I mean, it was written before, in 2019, granted, but then, like, the way that I would feel and interpret the words and relate them to myself definitely changed after that. But it was, again, to kind of release myself from these emotions, or to at least be able to comprehend them and work through them, I would turn to music. I would turn to guitar. So I came up with a very, very emotional kind of chord structure and words that kind of helped me process what I was going through. But at some point, I kind of changed my mind on the direction that it was going in, because I wasn't completely satisfied with the idea, or I didn't like the headspace that I was kind of putting myself in.
Yeah.
I think by then I was like dwelling on it, and I was recognizing it, and I was ready to move on. So I kind of left that idea alone, which is a very familiar habit of mine in songwriting. I develop ideas. Some of them don't get completed. They get left in voice memos or in the Notepad app. And many years later, perhaps it takes that long, I'll come back to them. I'll be like,
just how it is.
That's how it is.
You know?
That's how it is. When you plant a seed in the garden, you don't expect it to just come out in full blossom the next day. Sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah.
And indeed, it was quite a couple months down the road that I was playing the guitar. This was very interesting. I was actually watching Howl's Moving Castle for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
God, I love it too. Beautiful movie.
Yeah.
And one of my things that I try to do to find inspiration is I'll watch a movie with the guitar in my hand.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just play like whatever I feel like playing, almost as like a kind of response to the images that I'm seeing.
And you don't want to be a composer.
When did I say that?
Maybe.
Did I ever say that? I don't want to be a composer? Did I ever say that?
No.
No.
I just figure maybe just songwriter, but who knows?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool to hear you be a composer.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely opened up my mind to it, because at first I was all, I want to be in a rock and roll band. But then...
You give the vibe.
Yeah, I definitely do. But then I got more exposed to the classical world through choirs and through like going for a music major in vocal performance. And I was like, okay, I could see myself doing some composing. I could see myself doing some arranging. And so I had all these multiple different fragments coming from different places of inspiration. And I kind of had the idea, what if I try to stitch all of these fragments together into one piece? And that's where the main body of When Orpheus Met Eurydice came together.
Yeah.
So it's like, all of a sudden I put these pieces together, and it just felt like it gelled, like from start to finish. It felt like a progression, like a story. Like even without any words, I felt like it evoked some kind of emotional journey with peaks and valleys. And the way I come up with my titles, I just like to come up with something that I guess like evokes or that I feel like is evoked from the music itself. Because titles can be interesting. Titles can be like guides to the listener towards like what this is all about. And I just felt that the words When Orpheus Met Eurydice came naturally, felt like a good title to land on, because Orpheus and Eurydice is... I also didn't realize this until much later. I have this penchant for Greek mythology, apparently, because
I could tell,
Icarus, Orpheus, the Greeks knew how to write good stories. What can I say?
They did, though. Yeah.
Yeah. And so Orpheus and Eurydice, this beautiful love story, this tragedy, though, because Eurydice dies, and then Orpheus goes to great lengths, literally to the underworld, to sing his song to Hades, to beg, to employ him to release her from death and bring her back, because he absolutely cannot live without her. And the way that ends is just even more intense tragedy.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's an opera on it.
There's multiple operas. It's so funny. I literally thought of the title the day before me and my El Camino choir went to New York to perform at Carnegie Hall.
Oh my
and we
God.
went down to Broadway to watch some shows or to see what show we could watch. And another group went to like the Met, like the Opera House.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And they were playing... I forget the name of the composer, but they were playing Orfeo Eurydice. I forget how to pronounce it, but basically
I've done
the opera.
The opera. It's really cool.
And then me and my group went and saw Hades Town.
Oh my God. Love both, though.
I know, but it's like, damn! I just came up with this title. And I was a little pissed off in the back of my mind, because I was thinking, now when I tell my friends, they're all going to think I was inspired by Hades Town. But I literally came up with it before I even knew what Hades Town was.
That's great.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's interesting. There's always coincidences with my titles somehow. I just don't know how that works.
I really like them, though. They're like, I don't know. Not to be like they're different, but it catches you, I think. Instead of being like, oh, love is blah blah, something like not cheesy, or it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have this I mean, it goes with like everything that I put into this music, into these songs, whether it's the instrumental or the words or the singing. It's like I want everything phrased with sincere emotional honesty.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I pull from that same stream for the titles as well. Like I want titles that just immediately do something to you. And I feel like those titles definitely do something. I mean, when Orpheus Met Eurydice, it's like when people talk of like Orpheus and Eurydice, you were already thinking of wait for me. Uh-oh. I hope that's not.
We're fine, guys, I think.
Yeah, people think of that part of the story.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about when Orpheus first lays his eyes on the love of his life and the emotions that he feels and the emotional journey that is taken from that point onwards. And then Icarus at the bottom of the sea, it's like everyone thinks Icarus, everyone knows he flew too close to the sun, but I'm saying we're already at the bottom of the sea. He's already sunken beneath the waves. And at that time and place, figuratively, that's where I placed myself. Like, damn. Yeah. So everything has this emotional intensity tied to it, because that's how I lived my life, with this emotional intensity. But I think that even from the darkest and lowest valleys that come from that experience, that I can take that and turn it into art. I can take that and turn it into something that someone else might hear, and someone else might relate to that in a way that makes them feel less lonely for having felt those same feelings, and to hear them expressed in a way that is gut-wrenchingly relatable, which is something that I myself have encountered more than once with all the music that I've listened to. So that's a beautiful tradition that I want to be a part of, because music heals, music unites. Yeah, even if people have crazy different music tastes, I feel one of the great things that brings us all together is the fact that we all love music so much.
Yeah, it's universal.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, we've gone. I'm looking at the time.
Yeah. I've been yapping away.
It's
sorry.
okay. I got so much information about what inspires you and like about these songs. I'm very excited to actually hear them when they come out. But we actually have a surprise. Ian will be performing both of his singles for you guys. He's going to get situated, so we will be right back. And welcome back, everyone. Here we have Ian Mendoza's Icarus.
Moonbeams float, they echo with the crystals by the shore, and demons by the Foursquare call on. They whisper and beckon by your name. And I am left down here, a little foxhound by the seabed, awaiting a spell to set me awake and trembling. The sand down here is green with envy. I am but a lost soul, and I hearken that you'll hear my plea. Out there it's dark and twisted, it's lonely and oh so cold. Someday my water love will set me free. Please, while I'm waiting, won't you hold true to your words, that the waves will be kept when all things fall away and all things fall apart. Somewhere, somehow, I'll hold on to you, a distant memory I'll hold deep in the depths of
Yay!
Yay!
Do you want to introduce us to your next one you will be doing?
Yes, this next one is going to be my instrumental Orpheus, when Orpheus met Eurydice.
That was lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was so good.
Thank you. I am a sweaty mess.
Oh.
Like I knew I. What if I told you I wasn't too happy with my performance?
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess the adrenaline was still there.
Do you want me to let you recoup before we do an outro?
Sure, yes, please.
We need a recoup, guys.
Uh-huh. Ay.
You're okay. You're okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Yeah. I won't lie, it's a little scary doing something that you haven't done before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the nerves got to me a little bit after all.
That's okay. You're only human, you know? Just, it happens.
Yeah. I mean, naturally, there will always be performance nerves with every
Yeah.
performance. Mm-hmm.
And if there aren't nerves, I feel like something's wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One of my vocal coaches from El Camino would tell us, if you're ever about to go on stage and you do not feel nervous at all, do not go on stage.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. The nerves bring out the human part,
Yeah.
the emotions. If you just do everything perfectly like a robot, then man.
We're not AI over here.
No, we are not. We are not. We are not trying to be AI over here. So yeah.
Hell no.
But yeah, that's my whole thing. Like I stitched all those chord progressions together.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see the different parts that I switch in and out of. It's all in the capo where I place the capo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How even this part comes back at the very, very end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, Mia, I'm not gonna be able to shake the feeling, and we are all our own greatest critics, but I definitely feel I could have done it better if it wasn't for me being a little too shaken up.
I thoroughly fully enjoyed it, so.
You did?
Yes, and it was very.
Oh.
I don't know. I never get to watch anybody fully play guitar. It was that's insane. My fingers would be hurting.
Yeah. Yeah. My problem is that I mean, I guess your fingers get used to it. That's another thing when I started, especially with acoustic guitar strings. Look at the indents it makes on your fingertips.
Yeah. I have a ukulele and it doesn't. It's not as bad, you know.
Yeah, that's nylon. Those strings are soft.
Yeah.
These ones are steel. It's different.
I mean, I have a guitar, but I don't play as much to be able to
Yeah, and the worst part is, the beginner's greatest mistake is often pressing way more harder than they need to into those strings. So then it starts to hurt. Then you hurt yourself trying to play.
Oh, what are you guys doing? Huh? Okay.
All right.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
My bad.
You're okay. You're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that concludes our episode for today. Thank you, Ian, for coming on and sharing about your musical journey and your 2 new singles coming out. We're very excited. Anything you want to plug in before we fully end?
Yes. I just want to thank you once again for letting me on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Absolutely enjoyed speaking to you and performing for you today. So, yes, my double-sided single, I suppose you could call it, Icarus Orpheus, will be dropping soon under the artist name Subatomic Dojo. That is the name under which I choose to put my art out. So it'll be dropping on all streaming platforms, most streaming platforms. We don't like Spotify. We don't like Daniel Ek. So not there. Sorry, not sorry. But yes, and the place that I'm most often busy and easy to, I guess the platform that I'm most on is Instagram. So you can find me at my personal is Ian Isn't Here Right Now, where I often share on my story the records that I'm listening to. And my Subatomic Dojo professional profile is under Subatomic Dojo Shampoo. And that's where I'll begin posting all the stuff that's to come soon, including this release, including this podcast episode, and including a live video that I shot recently of me and my girlfriend performing Icarus in the very studio it was recorded in.
Oh yeah, I saw a snippet yesterday on your Insta. Exciting.
That was really fun to make, and this was fun to be a part of too.
Yeah. We'll link everything below for you guys to go check out. And yeah, this has been another episode of Singers, Nerds, and Homies. Bye.